It's a beautiful day, and I'm back at Mount Apatite to ride some things I missed in my first video and a brand new trail called Carrie On. We'll start with Carrie On. That's Carrie with an E, because this trail is named after and dedicated to a local rider named Carrie Boudreau, who passed away last April. I didn't know her, but I did read her obituary, and it made me wish I had known her. Among other things, she was an incredible athlete. In her prime, she was a world-class powerlifter who held a world record as pound for pound the strongest woman on Earth. She was also a local science teacher, a mother, and obviously a mountain biker. I think building a trail is an amazing way to pay tribute to a fellow rider, so I really wanted to ride this one. And while I don't have the skills to do it justice, I figured I could at least show you what it's like.
This section is tough. I remember this from last time. So we'll see how much of it we can get.
As you're seeing, Carrie On is a blue trail that starts out relatively punchy with some tricky tech sections. I rode this trail 3 times in a row, but I never cleaned all of it.
Cleaned it? Oh God. Whew. Okay. Clean that little climb back there, but I always have to dab around here. Ooh, clean that somehow. All right, tough climb up here right now. Yes! Cleaned it that time. Ooh.
You may have noticed that I just rolled past an optional little rock roll that works in the opposite direction, so here's a closer look at that.
Yep, all right. Challenging part of that is you just got to know where the roll is, because it's kind of blind. You can see it better from this angle here, actually. Okay. Check that one off the box.
One of the cool things about this trail is that it has a bunch of these optional side features. In fact, I probably missed a few, but we'll keep riding and take a look at a couple more along the way. The further you get into Carrie On, the flowier it becomes. That's especially true after you cross the road.
Across the road and into the slightly more downhilly bit of the trail.
On the right there's another alternate line that's a fun roll and also probably droppable with enough speed.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Here comes a little rock kicker that I'm going to hit super awkwardly.
Oh, still no.
And here's an optional little drop of sorts.
That's a sketchy, real tight one right there. Oh, there's a little jump down there. What is this even? Yeah, this thing right here. So you can come around this side, or you can go down there. I mean, it looks rollable. It's probably droppable too. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll climb here. Oh, not the right gear, but we got it anyway.
My favorite feature on the trail was this boulder roll.
This little roll.
Like all of the other side features on this trail, it's totally skippable if you don't want to do it. I don't know if that front wheel lift is really necessary, but the rock does get very steep right near the ground, and doing that, it just made it feel smoother to me.
Ooh, yeah.
There's another jump here, but it was pretty close to a tree and it just felt above my pay grade, so I skipped it.
That's a little bit more than I'm ready for sure.
And that's about it for Carrie On. A really fun trail with flow, tech, and features for everyone. It's a great tribute, and it'll be a must ride for me whenever I'm at Apatite from now on. Carrie On isn't the only Apatite trail that's missing from my previous video, though. There are 2 black trails, Check Your Brakes and Woodcutter's Wife, that I didn't even try, but it turns out there's some really cool stuff there. We'll start with Check Your Brakes. As you'd expect from the name, this is a mostly downhill trail that has a ton of side paths and alternate lines with varying degrees of gnarliness. The first is this little section, which is a lot steeper than it's going to look on camera.
Whew. Yep.
Then you can head straight, but up this side climb are some cool optional lines.
All right, going down the relatively easy way.
I took this route, which is kind of the easy way, but there's also a bunch of others, including this rock roll.
Let's go take a look. So there it is from the bottom. I have a feeling that's going to look absolutely terrifying from the top. Yeah, let's see. How bad is it really?
I ended up skipping it, even though you're going to see me do one that I'm pretty sure is worse in a minute. I get the feeling there are a ton of other alt lines and rolls around Apatite. I've got to get out here someday with a local who knows it super well, but for now, let's move on to another roll I found. This one's on Woodcutter's Wife.
All right, it's probably not going to look like it on the GoPro, but this thing, looking at it face on, it looks absolutely vertical. It's not. It actually looks better. It's kind of the rare thing that looks better from the top than from the bottom. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I think I'm going to try it. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Obviously, I did not do that well, so I decided not to risk it again, particularly since I was riding solo in a pretty quiet corner of the park.
Whew. Well, survived it. But just barely.
Apatite is really full of hidden gems, and I'm not just saying that because it's an old quarry. For example, this trail is just called Connect to Signature Trail, and you might think it's just a connector, but don't let that fool you. It's fun and flowy, and it's amazing for practicing flat cornering technique. It even has an optional gap jump. For today's video, we'll leave it there, but I definitely feel like there's even more to Apatite than I've seen, and I plan to get back out there in the spring to hit that rock roll that I skipped, and maybe find some others too. I hope you get a chance to get out there as well, or at least just get outside and ride, and I'll see you next week.